At the moment it's Ratu's again.
Yeah.
It's been difficult, see, because we've had to knock Ranson's tried out of it.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Station Road for today's Stonesbitter Division 1 game between Swinton and Salford. Today's teams for the Lions, it's number 1, Ian Daintith, 2 is Ian Skeech, 3, Richard Irving, 4, Paul Kennett, 5, Eamon Ratu, 6, Chris Wilkinson, 7, Paul Kay, 8, Andy Pusil, 9, Steve Garner, 10, Tony Barrow, 11, Ian Pickervance, 12, Darren Whitfield, and 13, Tony Morrison. Today's substitutes are number 14, Barry Ashall, and number 15, Jason Clark. Salford is number 1, Steve Gibson, 2, Tex Evans, 3, Martin Burkitt, 4, John Gilfillan, 5, Adrian Hadley, 6, Peter Williams, 7, Wayne Reid, 8, David Young, 9, Mark Lee, 10, Shane Hanson, 11, Arthur Bradshaw, 12, Ian Blease, and number 13, Andy Burgess. Substitutes are number 14, David Fell, and number 15, Jed Stasica. Today's referee is Mr. John Connolly from Wigan, and the touch judges, the one with the red flag is Mr. Peter Hind, and with the yellow flag, David Hardman. We should be treated to a good hard game today. Salford need victory to maybe secure their position in the First Division, but defeats could mean relegation along with the Lions, so prepared for some hard rugby. So the Lions will be kicking off towards the car park end. Chris Wilkinson playing at standoff today in place of John Kerr, who's still missing owing to a suspension from the Rugby League. And we have Ian Skeech appearing on the wing today. Wilkinson starts the game downfield. This is Tex Evans. Paul Kennett and Steve Garner in for the tattle. Burkitt gets the ball away to Lee, and Lee tattled on the 25 by Garner. And Tony Barrow has been penalised there for holding down on Mark Lee. Peter Williams kicks the ball into touch, just short of halfway. This is Hanson. Young. And well tackled there by the Lions. Reid. This is Williams. Blease. The Lions moving up, pushing Salford back. Lee's trying for the penalty, but the referee Connolly having nothing of it. This is Bradshaw. Burgess steps out of the tackle but tries to get rid of the ball, and Paul Kay, Steve Garner bring him down just inside the Lions half. Bradshaw now back to Lee. Lee chips through. The ball's going to roll into touch just inside the Lions 25, and maybe the first scrum of the day. The Lions to put the ball in. So Kay ready to put the ball in, but the pack comes apart. Ball's in now. Kay gets the ball out, goes around Wayne Reid, but then runs into Ian Blease. Skeech. And Salford caught offside. Referee Connolly moves them back. And Wilkinson to put the ball to touch from just outside the Lions 25. And just into the Salford half. Garner plays the ball to Barrow. Barrow runs into Shane Hansen. Morrison. Good run there by Tony Morrison. Makes good 15 yards. Garner now eager to get the ball moving. This is Kay. Kay to Pickavance. Pickavance up to the 25. And the ball's gone loose. The referee waves play on. Shane Hansen surrenders himself on the ground. Mark Lee injured. It's Hadley. Salford moving the ball across field. Burgess onto Burkitt. Back to Gibson. Hansen. This is Young. Good tackling there by Tony Morrison. Lee now with the ball, kicks upfield, and Ian Daintith chases back, but the touch judge is on the far side. Touch judge Dave Hardman on talking to referee Connolly. And Salford, the Lions being brought back, Ian Pickavance being spoken to. That penalty I think was for obstruction on Wayne Reid. So Williams to put the ball to touch. Lee plays the ball now to Hansen. Reid. Blease now with the ball to Burkitt. Burkitt runs into Tony Barrow, and a good tackle there by Tony Barrow, and Steve Garner finishes off the tackle. Blease now. And Blease gets rid of the ball in the tackle, but the referee had shouted held. And it's a scrum down. And tempers flaring in the pack. A few flying arms there between Andy Pusil and David Young. Referee having a quick word with both of them. And it should be a Swinton feed, but Wayne Reid going to put the ball in for Salford. It was Salford that was in possession before. Salford have the ball. This is Williams. Burgess. And Burgess loses the ball. And the referee waves play on. The referee missed the knock on there. Lee moves the ball across field. That was Burkett onto Evans. Evans cutting inside. And Paul Kennett and Ian Pickervance pull him down on the far side. This is Gibson. Burgess. Burgess gets the ball away. Reed. And Salford lose the ball. Paul Kay in possession. Bursting out of his 25. The referee really needs to clamp down on this game. Barrow moves the ball out of the 25 for the Lions now. Garner. Kay now onto Morrison. Ball's back with Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicks upfield towards Gibson. And Gibson takes the ball on the first bounce. He's coming towards Richard Irving. Goes round Irving. And good tackle there by Chris Wilkinson in the middle of the field. Gibson a dangerous person when he's on the run. Hanson now gets the ball away to Gil Fillan. Gil Fillan inside to Hadley. And good tackle in there by Steve Garner on Adrian Hadley. Salford moving the ball right now. This is Bradshaw, and Bradshaw runs into Pickervance and Whitfield. Salford moving the ball again with Reed. Reed to Blease, and there's a forward pass. The referee gets his first correct decision of the afternoon. And the Lions will get the putt in this time. Kay in now. Out to Wilkinson. Kennett. Steve Garner waiting to play the ball to Kay. Kay to Pickervance. Sorry, that's Barrow. Pickervance was further over. This is Pearsill now. That pass looked suspiciously forward, but the referee allowed it to go on. This is Kay to Wilkinson, back to Kay and to Morrison. Morrison tries to get the ball away, but he makes good ground. And it's the fifth tattle. Kay now kicks over the top. That ball's going to bounce towards touch and rolls into touch just inside the Salford 25. Reed puts the ball in, it's out to Evans. Hanson. Good tackling there by Paul Kennett. Reed again, onto Blease, Blease to Burgess. Burgess gives the ball to Gil Fillan. And Ian Pickervance chases across, but a good tackle there by Ian Daintith. Spotted Gil Fillan. Came in and put him down, man and ball. Salford moving the ball right now. This is Williams. Williams changes direction, gets the ball away to Lee. Young in possession now, looking to pass the ball. Salford moving the ball well. Reed to Hanson. Hanson gets the ball around the corner to Gil Fillan. Gil Fillan's got Burgess on the inside. Burgess now to Hadley. And Adrian Hadley denied a try by referee Connolly for a forward pass from Andy Burgess. Hadley with the clear run to the line, pull back for a forward pass. So Kay puts the ball in the pack now, and it's out with Wilkinson. Skeech. Pickervance. Whitfield. Whitfield, the ball's back with Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicks the ball downfield and Gibson's waiting for it. Takes it cleanly and runs into Tony Morrison and Richard Irving and pull him down just inside the Salford half. Reid now with the ball, out to Hadley. Blease. And Blease gets rid of the ball in the tattle. This is Williams. The ball's moving to Reid. And this is Bradshaw, back to Burkitt. Gibson at the play the ball, moves it across field, but it's a loose pass there to Martley. Martley has to kick the ball upfield. The ball's rolling out towards touch. It's a good kick. But Ian Daintith there to mop up the danger. Goes round Tex Evans. And going round Andy Burgess now. He makes it up to the 25. Good play there by Ian Daintith. This is Ratu. Kay to Barrow. Barrow still going. And it's a knock on. Salford with the ball out the scrum. This is Williams. On to Gilfillan. Gilfillan goes inside. Reid goes for the ball but allows it to bounce onto Williams. Hadley in possession now. And Hansen. Reid moving the ball out wide, and there's another knock on, this time by Arthur Bradshaw. Steve Gibson tells his players to slow it down a bit. This game being played at 100 mile an hour. Kay puts the ball in the pack. Wilkinson now in possession. Fusil. Tony Morrison on the burst, and good tackling again by Salford. Arthur Bradshaw brings him down on halfway. Kay now gives the ball to Barrow. Barrow looks to get rid of the ball to Skeach, but seeing Skeach unluckily can't quite take the ball. The ball came off the Salford man. And that's the scrum for the Lions to put the ball in. Adrian Hadley manages to knock the ball down. Kay puts the ball in. And Kay has it, gives it to Skeach. Skeach sees the gap, goes through Peter Williams, and good running there by Skeach. This is Irving. Irving onto Whitfield. Whitfield to Daintith. Daintith doing well. Daintith goes through the first tackle, gets the ball away to Pickavance, but Pickavance unable to take the ball. Good play there by Ian Daintith. He spotted the gap, went through the first man, but Ian Pickavance couldn't quite take the pass. Otherwise it looks dangerous for Salford. The Lions seem to have a penalty here. And that was for obstruction on Ian Pickavance as he went to catch the ball. So Chris Wilkinson to have a shot at goal from about 22 yards. We've been playing 15 minutes and there's no score yet on the scoreboard. So Wilkinson slightly to the left of the post with all the Salford fans behind the post. Kicks now. And that's successful. The Lions lead by 2 points to 0. Burkitt ready to restart for Salford. Kicks the ball long down towards Ian Skeach, and Ian Skeach knocks on behind the try line. Playing out of position today. Ian Skeach normally plays in the second row or at loose forward. And he's been a strong runner, he's given a chance on the wing today. And Chris Wilkinson about to drop out from underneath the posts. A long kick by Wilkinson down to Gibson into the Salford half. Tex Evans is going to pick it up. Almost knocks on as he picks it up, and good tackling there by Ratu. Evans gets the ball away, and Burkitt in possession. Again, Ratu in for the tattle. Paul Kennett pinches the ball. But they play the ball. His famous scooping kick. Seen that many a time in the last few matches. And Swinton in possession now with Ian Pickavance. Garner into the Salford half. Kay caught in possession with the ball as he tried to get it to Pusil. Wilkinson now with the kick. Kicks long downfield. And that's going to bounce between Hadley and Gibson. Gibson going for it. He's got Hadley on his outside. Hadley now goes inside him. And goes round Chris Wilkinson, gets the ball away to Gil Fillan. Tony Morrison chasing, and Gil Fillan's broke clear. He's going to score underneath the posts. Good play there by Adrian Hadley. The pass looked extremely forward, but referee Connolly allows the try to stand. So Martin Burkitt with an easy kick in front of the posts. Burkitt moves in now for his kick, and that one successfully over. So Salford lead now by 6 points to 2, and we've been playing 19 minutes. So Wilkinson restarts downfield. Williams under the ball. Evans. Burkitt now. Burkitt plays the ball to himself, makes good ground, gets the ball away to Lee, who's backing up in support, and Salford just short of halfway. Young out to Hansen. Hansen goes to give the ball to Bradshaw, but it's a back pass to Young. Williams now with a long kick downfield, and that ball's just rolled into touch. It's come down just inside the Lions 25. So Paul Kay puts the ball in now. Comes away with it himself, and he's tackled by Peter Williams. Wilkinson onto Irving. Barrow. which is Whitfield. Whitfield on. He's going to offhand there to Pickavance, but Garner's in possession. Pickavance again, Tattled in possession, and this time the referee pulls the Lions back for a forward pass. The Swinton fans question his decision from the Salford try, but this is scrum down. Reid with the ball onto Williams, back inside to Evans. Gilfillan onto Burgess to Gibson inside to Hadley, but he runs straight into Andy Pusil. And Salford moving the ball across with Burgess. Lee, Reid juggles with the ball before he gives it to Williams, and he's back in possession again, looking to offload, but he's well tattled, just short of the Lions 25. Moving the ball across now. Lee chips over the top, and Tex Evans chases up. Well, I think if he'd have taken the ball there, he'd probably been offside. Ian Dainsworth allowed the ball to run to touch. And for another scrum. The Lions have the scrums at the moment, 5-4. Kay in now with the ball. Ratu. This is Pusil. And a long kick out by the Lions up to Gibson again, just inside the Salford half. Gibson tries to go around Pickavance, but good tackling there by Pickavance and Kennett, hold him just in the Salford half. Burkitt now with the ball. Reid, Young. Williams, and again Ian Pickavance in for the tattle. This is Reid to Hansen. Hansen gets rid of the ball to Gibson. Gibson knocks the ball back to Young, and Young tattled basically on the same spot as the last tattle. The referee gives 6 more tattles. This is Gilfillan onto Hadley. Hadley tattle there by Steve Garner. Hansen. Salford lucky to have 6 more tackles there. It was Steve Gibson that knocked the ball back, but he thought it was a Lions player who knocked it and gave Salford the benefit of the doubt. Dainty Sunday's high kick now, and he's well tackled there by Peter Williams. Wilkinson. Skeech. Barrow in possession. Morrison looking to get rid of the ball to Kennett, but Tex Evans loses the ball, and it's a knock on. Wayne Reid puts the ball in. Williams in possession onto Burkitt. Burkitt loses the ball, and that's a knock on. So again, Paul Kay gets the opportunity to put the ball in the pack. 25 minutes gone, it's Swinton 2, Salford 6. Paul Kay coming out of the pack with the ball. Morrison. Kane moves the ball across field to Whitfield, and Whitfield juggles the ball before getting out of the tackle, gets the ball away to Wilkinson, but Wilkinson was tackled before he caught the ball. Gilfillan now with the ball, moves it to Hadley. Hadley tries to go inside Pickavance, but Pickavance and Skeech have him, and they're pulling him back to halfway. Young in with the elbow on Andy Pusil. And David Young being spoken to by the referee. Looks like Salford are going to get the penalty as well. And somehow David Young, the culprit, gets himself a penalty. He elbowed Andy Pusil in the face there. So Burkitt with a kick just inside the Lions half, and again the ball falls over. Burkitt's ready again now for the kick. Now he managed to get the ball up in position and kicks the ball high towards the goal. That's on target, and that's a good kick. Salford lead now by 8 points to 2. Wilkinson with the restart, puts the ball down field, and Gibson's moving in for the ball now. Goes round Paul Kennett, goes round Tony Morrison, going across field, but well tackled there by Andy Pusil. Hansen. Young. This is Blease. Ball's back with Williams. Williams kicks long upfield. Ratu's chasing the ball. Gets it now. He's got Daintith with him, but the safety keeps hold of the ball, and he's up 10 yards from halfway. And there's a penalty there for holding down. Arthur Bradshaw on Eamon Ratu. Wilkinson kicks for touch. So Garner plays the ball to Pusil. Pusil moves into the Salford 25. Garner dummies and tackled by Shane Hansen. Kay Morrison gets the ball away to Barrow. Barrow releases the ball to Pickavance, and Ian Pickavance goes over in the far corner. Ian Pickavance now has 7 tries to his name this season, the leading try scorer. And good pass there from Tony Barrow. And the score now is Swinton 6, Salford 8, with Chris Wilkinson's conversion attempt to follow. So Wilkinson with a difficult kick on the far touchline, about a yard in. Looks at the posts, moves in now for his kick, and gets underneath it, but off target. The score stays at Swinton 6, Salford 8. We've been playing 31 minutes. Burkitt restarts. Again downfield to Skeech. This time Skeech takes the ball cleanly. And he makes it up to the 25 before he's tackled. Whitfield. Pusil. Pusil up to 25, gets rid of the ball to Garner. Garner loses possession. Hansen. Reed onto Young. And Young held 15 yards out, plays the ball now. Hansen. Lee. Lee looking to get rid of the ball, but he's tackled well there by Pusil. Plays the ball now. Williams. Gibson across field to Blease. Blease changes directions and Morrison puts him down. Touch judge has appeared on this near side. Salford player down injured. Touch judge on this near side saw something there, and Peter Williams is on the floor. Chris Wilkinson being brought out by referee Connolly and gets the yellow card. Peter Williams with blood streaming from his mouth, being escorted off the field, and David Fell has come on to replace him in the blood bin. Martin Burkitt can have a kick at goal to try and put Salford into double figures. So Burkitt about 10 yards to the left of the posts, moving in now for his kick. And again, that one straight between the posts. Salford lead now 10 points to 6, and we're just 6 minutes off half time. The Lions with a quick restart, and the Salford player Martin Burkitt caught out there by the ball. The crowd make fun of him. He had his back to the ball and it bounced behind him and rolled straight into touch. So it's a scrum down on the 25. Salford to feed. The Lions push Salford back. Reed now with the ball. It's out to Fell. Paul Kennett brings him down. Evans. Tex Evans loses the ball. Paul Kennett nearly in possession. The ball's bouncing awkwardly, and Ian Place gets the run of the ball. He's broke clear. Gilfillan loses the ball. Salford still in possession, and the referee has given a knock on. John Gilfillan was brought down in play, but it was a knock on. He collided with Richard Irving. Kay now puts the ball in. It's with Daintith. Daintith moving forward into Fell. He knocks Fell off, but he doesn't knock Andy Burgess away. Irving now plays the ball to Kay. Barrow goes through the first tackle. He's broken up field and pulled down about 30 yards out from the try line. A good run there by young Tony Barrow. Kay to Pickavance. Pickavance ankle tap, gets the ball away, and Kay in possession, but that's the knock on there. Tony Morrison knocked the ball down. The Lions trying to put points on the board before half time. 4 minutes left. Reid gets the ball out the scrum, gives it to Gibson. Gibson goes around Richard Irving, gives the ball to Hadley, and Ian Daintith tackles Adrian Hadley. Reid gets the ball to Hadley again, and this time runs into Ian Skeach. Ian Skeach pulling him down. Lee, Reid runs into Whitfield. Salford have an overlap on the right. This is Young moving the ball left though. Young gets rid of the ball to Reid. Irving in on Reid. Gilfillan running across field. Steve Garner misses the tackle. Gilfillan strides away, running towards Daintith, but there's an excellent tackle there by Tony Morrison, and Morrison penalised by the referee for stealing the ball. The ball was released there by the Salford player, but it ended up in Tony Morrison's hand, and the controversial rule, the ball stealing, and Tony Morrison was adjudged by referee Connolly of stealing the ball. An incorrect decision there by the referee, and the crowd show their annoyance by stamping on the floor. And Burkitt has yet again another easy kick at goal. Burkitt in now, again between the posts. Evans goes for the ball at the restart and allows it to run over the dead ball line. Makes a mistake. He's running sideways. Andy Pusell knocks him off balance. He loses the ball, and that's a knock on. Kay now gets the ball from the scrum. This is Daintith. Daintith passes to Irving, and Irving does well to hold the ball. Daintith now stands over the ball, gives it to Kay. Kay changes direction before he throws a wild pass back. The Lions not ready for the ball there. Garner to Barrow. Barrow takes Ian Blease with him into the 25. Plays the ball now. Garner making a few more yards. Morrison to Pusell. Ian Pickavance there again, but Pusell brought down 10 yards short. It's the last tackle. Kay. Daintith kicks the ball on the floor. Gibson goes for it and takes the ball well before he's tackled by Irving and Daintith. 5 yards off his own try line. This is Fell. Richard Irving pulls him down. Hansen. Young. Police gets the ball away, but Swinton play knocks it down. This is Dainty in possession, tries to run around Wayne Reid, he goes around Gil Fillan, runs into Adrian Hadley and tackled on halfway. Skeech. Kay on to Morrison. Whitfield to Barrow. Barrow loses the ball, and so does Mark Lee. And the Lions bring him down just out of his 25. Reid now going forward with the ball. And we're into injury time here in the first half. Score at the moment, Swinton 6, Salford 12. And Steve Gibson bringing the ball out. Fell looks to offload, but he's well tackled by Paul Kennett. Bradshaw onto Lee. Lee gets a wild pass out. Paul Kennett picks it up. Goes around the first man. He's still going forward. And brought down 10 yards off the 25. Chris Wilkinson's ready to come back on. This is Morrison. Morrison into the Salford 25. Offloads to Kay. Kay gets the ball away, but Salford intercept. This is Hadley now going away the other way. Ian Dainty's chasing him and misses the tackle. Adrian Hadley's going to score. Ian Dainty's right behind him, but Hadley's over. And Salford go further ahead at 16 points to 6. Some over-enthusiastic fans come on the pitch behind the goal. But the Lions were putting on the pressure there, and a Salford interception puts them over for a try at the far end. Adrian Hadley running 75 yards to score in the corner. Burkitt now to have a kick at goal. So Burkitt moves in for his kick, and again that kick on target, but this time hits the post. There goes the half-time hooter, the half-time score. Salford 6, Swinton 16. We'll be back with you very shortly for second half commentary. A correction there to the score, it's Swinton 6, Salford 16. And we'll be back with you very shortly. Well, welcome back. Half-time score: Swinton 6, Salford 16. The Lions will be looking for a bit more luck this half. Salford about to kick off this second half. Martin Burkitt places the ball. Gets the game underway. Ian Dentith takes the ball, moves up to the 25 before he's put down by Bradshaw. Whitfield. Kay onto Pusil. Ball's back with Wilkinson, and Wilkinson kicks long upfield. Steve Gibson comes for the ball. And tattle there by Kennett and Skeech. Ian Skeech has moved on to this left wing now. Emin Ratu on the far side. Young. Reid to Burkitt, and Reid again onto Burgess. Burgess gets the ball away to Reid, but good tackling there by Skeech. Lee looking to offload, gets rid of it to Evans. Evans cuts inside, goes around Andy Pusil, gets the ball away to Hansen, and Ian Pickervans knocks the ball down. Emin Ratu in possession. Kay onto Barrow. Whitfield. Garner sees a gap. Kay. Wilkinson. And this is Morrison. Wilkinson now with a kick, kicks downfield towards Hadley, and that's a good long kick by Chris Wilkinson. It's rolling into touch inside the Salford 25. Kick that about 50 yards. And Peter Williams about to return for Salford from the blood bin. David Fell going off. Hadley now with the ball, coming away from the scrum. Salford up to the 25. Lee's playing the ball to Hansen, but dummies, goes himself, sees a gap and makes another 5 or 6 yards. Ian Blease. This is Reid. Reid gets the ball away, and it's a wild pass. Chris Wilkinson there on hand to pick the ball up, coming into the Salford half before he runs into Andy Burgess. Burgess puts him down. Kay now plays the ball. This is Pusil. Whitfield looking for a gap, but he loses the ball. Salford in possession. Moving the ball left. This is Williams to Gibson. Gibson gets the ball away to Burkett. Salford have an overlap on the far side. Burkett making inroads into the Swin defence, gets the ball away to Hadley. Adrian Hadley's going to score in the far corner. And Hadley bags his second try of the afternoon as Salford lead now by 20 points to 6. A 3-1 overlap on that far side. So Burkett looking for his 5th kick of the afternoon. Out on the far side, comes in now for his kick. And that one safely between the posts. Salford move up to 22 points. We've been playing 5 minutes in this second half. So Wilkinson now kicks downfield to Williams, and Williams lucky to take that ball on the bounce. It was an awkward bouncing ball, and Barrow and Pick Evans pull him down just outside their own 25. This is Blease. Hansen. Reid moving the ball across field. Gilfillan onto Burgess. Burgess inside to Hadley, and Hadley goes through Paul Case-Tattle but doesn't get past Tony Morrison. Williams now with a kick downfield. 4 Salford men offside. This is Skeech. Picks the ball up. Barrow. Busil now up to halfway. Wilkinson back to Kay, onto Irvin, and Irvin loses the ball. Salford back in possession with David Young now. Richard Irvin injured on the far side. This is Bradshaw. Blease gets rid of the ball to Wayne Reid. Wayne Reid gets the ball to Burkett, and the referee right on the spot gives the forward pass. Mr. Connolly well positioned for that pass. And this time Salford denied 4 points. And they're about to make a substitution. Jed Stasica is coming on to replace Shane Hansen. Ball's moving left now for Salford. Stasica. Reid tries to offload. He's tackled 15 yards out. Ball's moving over to the left. This is Hadley again. Hadley going round Ratu, gets the ball away, and Salford tackles short. Burkitt now moves the ball left. This is Lee. Lee back inside. Salford trying to keep the ball alive. It's the last tackle. Lee offloads the ball behind him. This is Gibson. Gibson gets rid of the ball to Hadley, and Aidan Hadley completes his hat-trick. Goes over in the far corner, and Salford move to 26 points to 6. Steve Gibson again making the try for Hadley. He set up the last one. And Burkitt this time with a very difficult kick off the far touchline. Burkitt's in now for the kick. This time wide to the left of the posts. In the meantime, the Lions have made a substitution. 15, Jason Clark has just replaced number 3, Richard Irving.
Number 15, Jason Clark, replacing number 3, Richard Irving.
Burkitt now. Burgess. Stazika. Salford moving the ball across field to Blease. Reid goes out to pick Evans's tackle, gets the ball away to Burkitt, and Tex Evans brought down by Andy Pewsill. The ball's moving across left to Bradshaw, back now Young. Young offloads the ball to Hadley. Paul Kennett tries to put Hadley down. And it's a forward pass to Steve Gibson. It's the 6th tackle. Clark. Morrison trying to offload the ball to Amanratu, but well tackled just inside the Salford half. This is Pewsill. Pewsill gets the ball away to Kay, onto Barrow, and now Pickavance to Skeech. Skeech gets the ball away to Pickavance again, but Ian Pickavance unable to take the ball. Pickavance now playing in the centre since the departure of Richard Irving. Wayne Reid prepares to put the ball in the pack. It's in now, he's going crossfield, and Chris Wilkinson pulls him down. Lee to Evans. Evans cuts inside, gets the ball away again to Lee. Lee puts it across field to Burkitt. Salford have an overlap on the far side. Burgess now. Burgess back inside to Burkitt. Blease. Leeds gets rid of the ball to Stazika. This is Williams. And Williams tackled by Ian Skeech. Gilfillan out to Burkitt. Burkitt long pass out to Hadley, inside to Burgess. Burgess away to Gibson. Gibson goes round Ian Dainty, gets the ball away again. This is Stazika. Stazika loses the ball. That's a knock on. So Paul Kay comes out with the ball, goes round Wayne Reid, and Reid lets him go about 10 yards before he stops him. This is Ratu. Barrow. Whitfield. Pusil, and high tackle there by Ian Blease and Andy Pusil. Referee Connolly tells him to keep the tackle down. Shane Hanson coming back on now for Mark Lee. Wilkinson kicks for touch. Barrow going forward. Up to the Salford 25. Plays the ball now. Garner, Kay, Wilkinson, back to Kay. And Kay, long pass out to Kennett. Kennett goes inside Gilfillan. And Peter Williams pulls him down. Ratu to Daintith. Daintith out of the first tackle. This is Clark. Okay, Wilkinson. Pickavance on the burst. And Pickavance sees a gap. Gets rid of the ball to Barrow. And Barrow into the Salford 25. It's the last tackle coming up. Plays the ball now to Whitfield. Whitfield to Morrison. Morrison spotted the try line. Tony Morrison tries to offload. And Salford managed to stop the danger by dropping on the ball. Tony Morrison knew it was the last tackle and offloaded it. This is Young. Reid. Reid now. In fact, that's Williams kicking upfield. This is Daintith. Daintith pulled down by Arthur Bradshaw. And Arthur Bradshaw rather stupidly gives away a penalty right in front of the referee. Pushing Ian Daintith over it, he tried to play the ball. And Wilkinson quickly puts the ball to touch. Barrow now going forward up to the 25. Pusil. Clark. This is Pickavance. Pickavance runs into Ian Blease, tries to get away, stepping out of the first tackle, but being held by Jed Stazika. Ball's moving left. Ian Skeech going for the corner, but Tex Evans bundles him into touch. Salford prepared to put the ball in the pack. Gibson now brings the ball away. Chris Wilkinson pulls him down. And Gibson loses the ball. So it's another scrum. So Paul Kay about to feed the pack again. Gets the ball away to Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets the ball to Morrison. Morrison puts the long pass to Kennett. Kennett does well to hold the ball. And Paul Kennett goes over. Good play there by the Lions. They juggle the ball, but he managed to get over the try line. Good ball out from Tony Morrison. And the Lions into double figures, 10 points to 26. A kick to come from Chris Wilkinson. We've been playing 20 minutes of this half. So Wilkinson moves in now for his kick, and that's successful. Score now Swinton 12, Salford 26. Daintith now gives the ball to Pickavance. So Salford were made to pay there for an error. The Salford fullback Steve Gibson dropped the ball just outside the 25, and the Lions won the scrum, went over for the try. So a bit of good fortune going the Lions' way for once. This is Wilkinson now with a kick downfield. And that's the ball back. Reed prepares to put the ball in the pack. With Williams. Williams using Gilfillan as a foil, but Chris Wilkinson not falling for it, puts him down on the 25. And Paul Kennett again gets the ball for the Lions. This is Barrow. Pewsill. Garner with Morrison on the burst, but unable to get that ball away. Wilkinson again with a kick upfield. That ball's going towards touch. Steve Gibson gets it on the first bounce and moves across field. Now changes direction, runs into Ian Skeech and crawls past Ian Pickavance before Pickavance holds him to the ground. Gibson injured there. This is Reed. Hansen. Williams out to Gilfillan. Gilfillan to Blease, but Blease well tattled. Ball's moving left now with Burgess. Burgess on to Gilfillan. Gilfillan to Hadley. Ratu has Hadley. And Jason Clark goes in to finish him off. Reid kicks upfield. And this time Wayne Reid puts the ball into touch directly. And it was the last tattle. So the Lions get the ball back. Clark. Good run in there by Jason Clark. Gets the Lions just up to the 25. Garner gets the ball out to Pusil. Pusil onto Daintith. Daintith turns inside. It's just inside the Salford 25 now. Kay. Wilkinson. Wilkinson dummies round with Kay. Barrow.
Oh dear.
Barrow out of the first tattle, still going on his knees, but eventually held down. It's the last tattle. Pickavance. Pickavance to Kay. Kay looking for a gap, gives it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicks over the top. And all players are onside. Hadley under the ball, but he's tattled over by the touchline now by Ratu and Kennett. Paul Kennett in again for the tattle, keeping Salford pinned down to their own line. This is Bradshaw. It's the sixth tattle coming up. Williams kicks upfield. Ian Daintith chasing back. Takes the ball on the first bounce. And takes Burkitt and Evans with him. Skeech. Onto Pusil. Pusil knocks off David Young, but Ian Blease has hold of him. Plays the ball now. Garner. Whitfield away to Barrow. Barrow loses the ball, and Whitfield regathers the ball before Salford can get to it. Salford about to make two substitutions. Mark Lee, in fact, he's coming on to replace Arthur Bradshaw. David Fell is back on the field, replacing Peter Williams for the blood bin. And Reid gives the ball to Fell. This is Gilfillan. Gilfillan well tattled there by Paul Kennett, moving up quickly on him. Burkitt. So Salford win the ball against the head. This is Fell. Again, Salford lose the ball and they play the ball. And Tony Barrow moving forward. Kay. Kay gets rid of the ball to Pusil. Wilkinson, Kay sees a gap. Garner into Kennett. Kennett kicks the ball on the floor. Wayne Reid collects it, but Paul Kennett tries to stop him. Ratu does. This is Hadley. Burgess. Stasica now, bursting out the 25. Jason Clark, Tony Morrison bring him down. Reed moves the ball out to Hansen. Hansen offloads the ball to Reed. Reed's got Hadley on the outside, but Ian Dentith in for an excellent tackle there. It's the last tackle now. And a kick by Mark Lee for the corner. And that ball rolls into touch. Paul Kay with the ball out the scrum. Steve Garner, and surely that player was offside, but the referee not penalising Salford. This is Ratu. Barrow bringing the ball away. Whitfield. Wilkinson now back to Dentith. Dentith kicks the ball. And Hadley in position. Takes it on the first bounce. And runs straight at Paul Kennett. But Paul Kennett, his Welsh international teammate, brings him down. This is Gil Fillan, ankle tapped by Jason Clark. Reed fell. Hansen storming forward up to the 25. Stasica. It's the sixth tackle. Mark Lee kicks the ball along the floor. Ian Dentith picks it up, comes away from his line. But Martin Burkitt brings him down. Pick of Vance. Okay, out to Barrow. Skeech struggles with the ball but manages to keep hold of it. And Wilkinson now with the kick. Puts the ball high towards Gibson. Bounces over the 25 and Gibson's chasing it towards the try line. And Steve Gibson tattled on the 25. Tony Morrison suffering from cramp at the moment, pulling his ankle as Hadley tries to bring the ball away for Salford. This is Stasica. Reed to Blease. And Blease loses the ball. Darren Whitfield collects it. Barrow. Okay, Pusil. Garner now onto Whitfield. Whitfield gets rid of the ball again to Garner. Garner into the 25, moves it out to Whitfield. Whitfield stuck with the ball, gets it away to Wilkinson, onto Dentith. Dentith goes around Fell, going forward into the 25 before he's tattled. Darren Whitfield down injured. Andy Pusil moving forward. Daintith to Kay, Wilkinson, Morrison, Garner, out to Barrow, Barrow to Skeech, Skeech tackled by Tex Evans and knocks him into touch. Reed now to Evans. This is Hadley. And the Lions have a penalty. Garner now plays the ball. This is Clark. Kay, Wilkinson, and Kay does the run around, gets the ball out to Pickavance, and Ian Pickavance is going under the posts to round off the try there for Swinton. Good play by Paul Kay. He moved the ball out well, and Ian Pickavance goes under the posts. Chris Wilkinson to try and put 2 more points on the board. Score at the moment, Swinton 16, Salford 26. And that kick successful. The Lions 18, Salford 26. And there's 4 minutes left in this game. Daintith. It's up to the 25 before he's tackled by David Fell. Kennett. Clark. This is Kay to Morrison. Wilkinson now with a high kick downfield, and that's going to bounce towards touch. Oh, and a good kick there by Chris Wilkinson into the Salford 25. Reed now coming away from the scrum with the ball. Fell gives the ball to Burgess. Burgess running sideways, gets the ball away to Gibson. Reed again. Pass out to Blaze. Blaze gives it to Hadley, and Hadley pulled down. This is Stazika. Mark Lee kicks the ball upfield. Ian Daintith chasing the ball back. Knocks Tex Evans over, and Martin Burkitt holds him down. This is Skeech. Garner. Pickavance. Steve Garner plays the ball with his foot, and Stazic are penalised for obstructing the play of the ball. News filtering through that Bradford Northern have won by 12 points to 10. Featherstone are getting beaten, so it looks like Featherstone are for the drop. Pushill moves forward now with the ball into the 25, knocks off David Young, and the Lions fans get behind their team. Garner to Barrow. Whitfield now charges for the line. Held up 5 yards out. Garner behind him. Plays the ball to Pickavance, looking for his third try, and Pickavance going for the line, and he's grounded on his back. There goes the final hooter. Final score is Swinton 18, Salford 26. Salford gather their lifeline and stay in the first division for another season. So it's a very good afternoon from us here at Station Road.